Hi, I'm Annie with Miserable Cow Coaching. Contact information is in the description. So there's a topic that comes up in coaching sessions really frequently, and it's about procrastination. There's a lot of people struggling with that and just trying to figure out how to break that pattern of procrastination and move forward and achieve whatever it is that they're trying to achieve. Everybody has different reasons for procrastination. I mean, there are some commonalities. I'm trying to really understand it from a lot of different perspectives so that I can help people move through those procrastination issues. I'd say on average, I procrastinate less than a lot of people, but maybe more than some. A lot of times when I do procrastinate, it's this lead consume overgathering procrastination where I feel like I'm not ready yet. Like I need to do more research or, do more experiments or like iterations of a project before I feel like I can complete it and publish it. I've been self-employed for pretty much my whole life, and procrastination and self-employment just doesn't go well together. I don't think I'd be able to endure self-employment for 20 years unless I figured out the procrastination issue. So self-employment and personal accountability go hand in hand. So I pretty much learned to strategically choose a little bit of pain right now in order to avoid future pain. And I find that to be far more comfortable. To me, procrastination just doesn't feel good. I think about the chores that I hate the most. That would be product photography. Really hate it. And grooming my poodle. I've had standard poodles for over 20 years and I really don't enjoy the grooming process. So that is a chore that I tend to put off and procrastinate on. So for the poodle thing, like if my dog's hair is kind of long and he's kind of stinky, that doesn't hurt me as bad. But if it's something work related, like product photography or doing something for my business that I know I need to do, it just feels way worse. When I'm in bed at night trying to fall asleep and another day has passed and I haven't done the chore that I'm avoiding, it feels worse than just actually doing the chore. I've learned this over years and years of being self-employed and just observing my own feelings and thoughts when I procrastinate versus when I don't. And what I've arrived at is that it's just easier and it feels better to do the thing. When I try to go to bed at night and I haven't done the thing, it's a terrible feeling. It's this feeling of incongruence. I haven't done the thing that I know I should do, and it's just not worth it to me. Procrastination isn't worth it. It's not funner. It doesn't make me feel better. Even if I'm doing a fun activity instead of the difficult thing that I don't want to do, there's still this like hit of pain later on. So to me, it's more comfortable to do the shitty thing first, get it out of the way early in the morning, and then have the rest of the day to enjoy myself. Then I go to bed at night and I have that pride and security and feeling of control that I did something meaningful that's moving me forward in my work. It just helps me sleep better at night. So that's how it works for me. But everyone's different with procrastination. Everyone has like different reasons why it's difficult for them and why they can't seem to figure out how to do the thing that they know they should do. Well, I was speaking to someone in a coaching session the other day, and she had kind of a unique perspective. And now that I think about it, it's pretty obvious. It makes so much sense. But with her permission, I'd like to share this perspective with you because I think that this might apply to other people and it might actually be really helpful. So the client that I was speaking to is also self-employed, and there was a work task that she had been avoiding for quite a while, and it was causing her a lot of stress that the task wasn't completed. And yet day after day, she just couldn't seem to make herself do it. And so I asked just a simple question: how do you feel when you're in that moment where you're deciding to procrastinate? She said she felt rebellious. And so my follow-up question was, who are you rebelling against? She thought about it and she said, I guess I'm rebelling against myself, but why would I do that? Why would I rebel against myself? It doesn't make any sense. And so I asked her to describe to me other times in her life when she felt rebellious. Like what kinds of things made her feel the most rebellious? And so she thought back, and it turns out that she had a very controlling mother who told her to do all kinds of things all the time, very bossy. And this tactic was not effective at all because she just cultivated this automatic reaction of rebelling against her mother. Whatever her mother said just became an automatic pattern of rebelling against her mother, who was a bit overbearing and controlling. And so I asked her, how do you think this is related to your current situation? And the current rebelliousness that you feel and the tendency to procrastinate. And she told me that she felt like that behavior of rebelling just became so automatic that anytime anything comes up, anytime anybody tells her what to do, including her own self, she rebels against it. And it just goes back to this relationship that she had with her mother. I thought that was a really interesting perspective. And I've been thinking, when I procrastinate, does it feel rebellious, or what is the impulse? I didn't have a controlling parent at all, but I suppose there is a kind of rebelling against myself. Like, no, you can't tell me what to do. You're not my mom. Even though my mom wasn't controlling. But I just thought that was a really interesting perspective, and I bet that applies to a lot of people. I bet a lot of people, for some reason, cultivated this rebelliousness against people telling them what to do as a child, and it just kind of like carried over to where now they're even rebelling against themselves. So something to think about. It might be, illuminating for some people out there. Again, my own reasons for not procrastinating is because it just isn't efficient. It's just so much easier to get the damn thing over with and then move on and have fun with the rest of your day. So those are my thoughts on procrastination. Let me know if you have a different perspective, because I'm really trying to understand this issue and really understand all the reasons that someone might struggle with procrastination. Like, what is holding you back from doing the thing that you ultimately want to do? I mean, it may not be pleasant, but you want to do it because you've decided it's the thing that you need to do for yourself. So what's the holdup? What's your take on that? Let me know.